يا بون السلام عليكم يا ناس السطح. استنى تشوف سي با مال. يا ناس السطح يا ناس السطح. Good morning. Today I wanted to make a video like I said. Today I wanted to make a video about a personal research that led me to a thesis of a new function of the moon. And I'm gonna stretch this. Yes. المهم. Today I wanted to talk about the moon. The moon. I wanted to talk about the moon, القمر. And what is the moon? And what is the role of the moon? Is the moon just a star that reflects light? But before I start, I want my video to be very, how do you say it? Very recapitulative and as short as I can. And before I start, like I said, I wanted to mention a verse of the Quran, of the Noble Quran, that was mentioned in the Noble Quran. And this verse is the first verse of the Surah Al-Qamar, the moon. That, you know, and that is where God says, where God says to his prophet Muhammad, prayer and peace be upon him. اقتربت الساعة, after بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اقتربت الساعة وانشق القمر. Well, that's how they read it. And this verse did trigger on me a small research, like I said in the title, a small research about the moon that led me to a thesis of a new function of the moon. And as you know, as growing up, as we have been told, growing up in school and through our studies or wherever our personal research, we have been told that the moon reflects light. The moon reflects light. Sorry. So, like I said, the moon reflects light. We have been told that the moon reflects light, and which is true. And then we progressed with technology and stuff, and we realized that human did realize that a moon is a giant satellite, and that is true again. But as we progress and science progress, we discover the different new function of God's creation, and one of them is the moon, which is our subject of today, and that we did not know about. But today I came to talk about a new function of the moon. It's a thesis of a new function of the moon that we, as human beings, we never talked about, or we never mentioned it, which it is that the moon plays a role of a big central station of gases, or a big compressor. And I will explain through a video that emits or give hydrogen gas to Earth to, we use that hydrogen gas to make water, because the air is made of nitrogen, and most of air is nitrogen and oxygen, and other is argon and the other bit. So that's the main gases. So the moon give us hydrogen gas to Earth, to, we mix it with oxygen, and we get water, H2O, and which is the life, to life, or the way to life, to all creation, basically. But the moon also absorb a CO2 from Earth, CO2, because CO2 contain oxygen, particle of oxygen and carbon. And these gases are used to make, water, but more hydrated water than oxidized, and fermented liquids and different other liquids, because, a CO2 is a part of, making fermented liquid. So these liquids are sent to another planet. And I think that the moon is, like I said, a big compressor, or a big synthesis station of water that feeds planet with hydrogen gas that gives Earth and all the living creation, gives them life through a process of combustion. And also the moon absorbs the CO2 from Earth to make different liquid and fermented liquid in another planet. And we could explore that planet that is, that our CO2 is feeding. So we could explore this planet through the moon. But to access this surface of the moon, or to see life on the moon, is to enter the moon in the last warning crescent. Because the last warning crescent, before it disappear and appear, as a first warning crescent, is the only period the human will get access to moon surface and enter it, and be able to see the mystery of a life on the moon, like, they came and see our mystery in Earth through the poles. So we can enter them through that pole, and which is the last one in crescent. And I think that's it for today. But I cannot finish this video without mentioning that the Quran, the Noble Quran, played a big role in my research and in my thesis of finding a new how do you call it, a new thesis that led me of a new thesis of a new function of the moon. And thank you for listening, and I hope my video was instructive, and thank you for your time as well. And this is, sorry, I forgot to say something, and this is my personal research, and it is a thesis. C'est une thèse, c'est pas une théorie. It's a thesis, not a theory, so you can argue it, and with no problem, and you're more than welcome to argue it. So, but thank you for listening and for your time, like I said, and you have a nice day. Cheers.